It is.
Moving forward, though.
Sure.
I guess there's some people out there that want to know what you're working on these days.
Yeah, I got a lot going on. Just doesn't look like it. So I've been coming to this motherfucker every week. Working with Dwayne now on some projects. I'm not an employee of OCD, but I'm kind of trying to break into the production game a little, along with playing music. So right now we're doing, me and him are co-producing Kirk Windstein's second solo album.
Okay.
Which has been a fucking hell of a fucking ride, man. It's just great to watch him work. I've been knowing him since, we were kids, dude. I mean,
sure, Fat City days.
Yeah, we hung out, man. We've done it all together, We've fucking shared band rooms together, fucking drank together, fucked together, we did it all together, But I've never been able to play fucking music with this motherfucker, or, really kind of watch him do his thing, and watch him work. So that's been just amazing. So, he called me, he says, look, man, why don't you come in and do like, he calls them sweetie tracks, and it's just like little, little solo-y stuff in between lines that he'll sing, or something,
Okay.
Or I'll do like a little solo on one song or something. So anyway, I wrote a little piece for him on one. He loved it. He called me back. He says, Vince, if you want to go in and kind of co-produce this thing, man, I'd love to have you fucking on the gig. So I was like, fucking right. So I'm doing a little bit of writing with it, not much at all, man. It's totally him, But me and Dwayne are just kind of coloring this album as to it's basically our interpretation of what we think Kirk Windstein, the solo artist, should sound like on this particular album.
Okay.
It's fucking fantastic, though.
The mechanics of it, what's happening first? Because, and I ask that out of my own curiosity, because Dwayne has described to me the process with Kirk sometimes is you don't know what's going to happen until it comes out of him. So right. How has this creative process been?
Well, it's great because he does it as far as from what he's told me, it's a little different than Crowbar, He'll prepare things and have songs and things written and planned out and shit for some Crowbar stuff. With his solo stuff, he'll come in and drop a couple of riffs on a click, and me and Dwayne will sit there and go, okay, well, so what if we did this and this and that and the other, and but a lot of it is just him coming up with it on the fly here, like. Fucking one day I come in, man, he's got a guitar and he's trying to write a new piece for a thing we're working on in there, and I was like, man, I heard something, give me that. And he gives it to me, and fucking I give it back to him, and Dwayne goes over and goes, well, try this note and that note, and we all fucking do it together. So we get moments like that. We get moments where Kirk just plans it out. Then we get moments where we don't know what he's going to do. He comes in here, doesn't know what he's going to sing, just gets out a paper and a pen and just starts writing, man, and I've seen like, what it's like, man, it's almost like the way rappers make an album, they'll go, all right, it's time to go to studio, time to go to work, they don't know what the fuck they're going to do until they walk in the studio. They go 8 hours a day for fucking 3 months, and just come up with it there. That's kind of what's going on here, There's a couple of preparedness things going on leading into a song, but usually it's just in a form of like 3 or 4 riffs on to a click. And then, Dwayne's doing all the MIDI drums and stuff, man. I'm playing a lot of bass on it, some guitar, a lot of solo stuff, So yeah, man, it's refreshing because I've never done a record that way.
I was going to ask how it makes you feel, how that creative process struck you.
And I told him before I said yes to the whole thing, I said, listen, man, I got to be honest. You asked me to produce, because the only real credit, accredited producer thing I have to my name is the last Exhorder album, and I was like, dude, I planned every fucking cymbal hit on that motherfucker. I mean, you hear a stick clicking in that motherfucker, it's because I said so. So how in the fuck are we going to be able to plan all of this? He's like, no, Vince, it ain't going to be like that. We're gonna do it like this and like that. I'm like, okay, man, show me, you know,
Yeah.
show me. And you know, look, I can do that kind of shit. You know, I can come in on the fly and you know, and pop something out and be creative on the spot. But you know, I'm kind of an I dotter and a T dotter. So what I learned was when you work with Kirk on this particular project, you let it happen, and then you go home and dot the I's and cross the T's, you know. Then I go and critique it and go, okay, maybe we should take away this note or that note. And man, a lot of times it's not a lot for me to critique, you know. A lot of it's just fucking magic, man. Right out.
You know, it's hilarious though, when you started all of this at the beginning of your life, that wasn't possible.
Yeah.
So it's kind of changed the face of creativity or the creative process. It's kind of added a new palette.
Wow.
You know?
Yeah, because you can edit shit now.
Yeah.
You know, and all, you know, it's weird, man. It's like, so as an old son of a bitch, I feel like I'm cheating a little, right? I mean, because, dude, I mean, back in my day, man, if you made a mistake, you backed up and punched it in, Jack, you know, and you sat there until that son of a bitch pressing the button said it was good.
Yeah.
You know? And it was like, fuck, man, this is, you
Yeah.
know, we'll fix it in editing, or we'll fix it in this, and you know, there's a certain amount of that going on. Okay, I don't care who the fuck you are now. You know you're editing, motherfuckers. I'm just telling you. You know you're doing it.
You don't need to provide any excuses, man. I know it feels like you're just saying fuck it and sprinkling Tony Sashers in the shoe instead of being like, I got my own list of herbs.
Right.
It's okay. I mean, everybody does it. I don't think. I think as long as you are satisfied with the end result, not for the sake of anyone but yourself,
Right.
then it's gonna be pure.
Yeah,
you know,
and you know, my thing is this: I don't mind doing a little editing here or there, just to maybe do a little time correction if you were a little bit behind the drums or something on something. Yeah, correct it up a little bit. I'm not gonna sit here and fucking spend hours, you know. I mean, as long as you're not cheating to the point of it's affecting the music.
sure.
You know. I hate to even call it cheating. I mean,
It's unlike what you were used to, so I'm sure
Yeah.
it's kind of funny to even describe, you know.
It is. It's weird to watch them all. You know the knob guys, and Dwayne. It's weird, man. Dwayne and them, you know, go to doing that shit. And it's like watching fucking a video game or
You
something.
call them that when you walk in the room. You're like, "What's up with you, knob guys?"
Now, I tell you what, them motherfuckers back there, they know their shit.
They can land spaceships, huh?
Yes, they can. They
That's
know their
awesome.
shit, and they're good producers in there too.
Yeah.
You know, Dwayne in his own right is, you know, just fucking, you know, he's brilliant. I mean, we wrote a song together, me and Dwayne. He handed me an acoustic piece, and I took it home and I said, okay, let me fuck with this a little bit, and came back with a weird thing. I said, dude, I'm sorry, I kind of went off the rails and did this. So he goes, fuck, okay, and you know, and it's going to be on Kirk's record, you know. Matter of fact, it was the first. Kirk said it was the first song he's ever had to write lyrics to that he didn't have to do with musically himself. I was like, wow, so how's that feel? He's like, I don't know, I'm doing it right now.
You know what? That's cool though,
It's
man.
fun,
Because you
man.
honestly, it sounds like you're still continuing on in your own spirit of just kind of rewriting.
I
you
am,
know?
I am, man. Look, I'm trying to do it in the production world too. You know, if I can get a hold of a band, you know, like Modern Mimes, we just did them. Great band, two out of Miami, one from here. It's as the band, you know, it's got to be a project that I believe in.
Sure.
You know, I can't just be. I couldn't open up a studio and just take anybody. You know, it just wouldn't be in my nature to do it. It would be doing a disservice to the people I was taking money from.
Sure.
So this is one thing I don't fuck around with. You know, I have a natural disdain for the music business. You know, and I try and separate my fucking, you know, art, if you want to call it that, from that shit, because the minute that shit gets involved in that shit, it's never
Yeah, those two words don't belong together.
dude.
I mean, they live together, but they don't belong together.
That's it. So yeah, I can't. Sell out's a good word. I can't sell out to that process, man.